Hello ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here, back with more Let's Play Grandia II, and we're here at the entrance of the Durham Caves. We're just going to go ahead and leave now to Agertown and continue with the story. Now we step outside. It's daytime. Don't want to overstay my welcome. The sun, it burns! And she was just giving us crap. Give my regards to Elena. And we find out Millenia's secret. And that she is Elena. We kind of knew that. Elena was possessed by the Wings of Elmar. Millenia refers to herself as the Wings of Elmar, so it's kind of a day-night thing. During the daylight, it's Elena. At night, it's Millenia. So that means this character is someone we are going to constantly be shifting in and out of combat. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be kind of obnoxious as well. Now we realize that our friend Elena is possessed, Millenia is the Wings, and Millenia's not as bad as she seems. She has a good streak to her. It could be the fact that she is taking over Elena's body, and, you know, Elena is such a kind-hearted person. But Millenia's still the Wings of Elmar. She is a piece of a dark god, so not a good thing. I love how Elena's like, are you lying to me, or, like, she's too polite to say, are you shitting me? If it were, you'd fail to notice, remember? She calls herself Millenia, but she also said that she's the Wings of Elmar, the thing that's possessing you. And Rowan's like, yeah, we all saw it. It's not just Ryudo being a dick. Not this time. Yeah, the Wings of Elmar seem to be taking control. And there's Gonzola. Made good on her fence? Yeah, they're just a bunch of monsters. You have yourself a few women. The other got my blood a-stirring. Really, dear? Yeah, don't... If you've got a wife who's a knife performer, don't, no. There's a whole lot of no. And now everyone's freaking out that she's evil. Like, Millenia is kind of evil incarnate. Gonzola just makes a crack about how all women are evil. Again, his wife/girlfriend, I don't know, standing right there, who's really about ready to just, you know, shiv him. So, I don't think Miss Millenia is evil. I'd say she's chaotic evil. Like, sure, why not? Let's do what's fun. If that happens to be good, then let's do good. But, you know, I still want to torch a church. You're going across the big plains. Do you mind if I come along? Because, yeah, he doesn't want to be with the circus performers anymore. But does Elena want around a kid? Doesn't seem to mind. But at this point, her goal is to get to the cathedral as fast as possible. Alright, we are now back in control of the characters. Before we go around, we're gonna come over here to the shop. Now that we've got, you know, probably a fair bit of money at this point, let's make sure she's equipped with the best stuff that she can at the moment. High heels aren't necessary. Let's see. Defense and Holy Egg. Unless they're... Yeah. Best defensive options are now available on her. We could switch some things out, but we're good for now. Alright. Let's see what we can buy. We could buy Army Saber and an Iron Rod, so we could upgrade both of their weapons. We could buy... So, okay, so the kid can use chain vest as well. Okay, so Traveler's Hat, Leather Bandana, Climbing Boots. So, yeah, I forget what they've got equipped. Jewelry, we've got Heavy Stone and another Sleep Charm. Regional, we could buy some hand grenades. Let's buy... We're gonna go ahead and buy... Army Saber and Iron Rod. And we'll sell everything. I mean, don't really need to keep it. We could sell the Curbule. We could sell the Silk Hairband. And yeah, might as well just sell everything if it's not providing a bonus. The accessories we'll keep, because those are actually, you know, somewhat worthwhile. Alright, so we could buy Quilted 6 at 18, 20 defense. Might as well buy those two, but then I'm not really going to be able to buy too much anything else. And... yeah, so I'll have to sell... I could keep the adventure suit, that'd be better. That's 16 defense, so let's sell that, and armor, 18 defense. I don't have enough money for it. I could get that, but then I wouldn't be able to get any other defensive item. Let's see. 360, that put me up to 900. Okay, so yeah. We'll do that. Sell that, and then buy that for Elena. And then we can sell the leather jacket. And we're not entirely broke, just mostly broke at this point. So I could buy, you know, a leather bandana. I really gotta see what... If you want to know how to use skill books, talk to this guy. So let's talk to this guy and see. Advanced tutorial. Skills, counter, defend, evade. Let's see what he's got to say. Skills help increase the abilities of party members, separate from going up experience levels. Equipping a party character with a skill can raise the character's HP, MP, strength, magic, parameters. Skills are written in skill books, so you must first obtain a skill book before you can acquire skills. For skills, power-up means to use special coins or magic coins to read a skill and learn it. Any party member can be equipped with the skill thus learned, so they're sort of knowledge shared by members. Do you want to know more about skills? Nope, that's pretty much it. What else do we got under the advanced? Counter, defense, evade. Slightly more advanced tactics. Okay, so this is one we would have to actually go through. So they're not going to give us just a rundown of it. So let's go ahead and see what he's telling us about these skills. A counter is when your attack hits just before an enemy attack. If your attack hits just when your enemy's icon on the IP gauge reaches action. Let's try an actual counter. Try selecting combo, and it'll just automatically do it. Counter. If a counter hits, additional damage is inflicted. So we know about counters. We've seen counters before. You can score a counter not only with a combo, but also with critical attacks, moves, and magic too. Let's try a counter using one of Ryudo's moves. So we're going to use Tenseiken Slash, and perfectly timed to counter and cancel and add a ton of damage. So we have, you know, things that can be done. But if your counter timing is off, you may suffer additional damage yourself. So he's going to counter, we're going to take more damage. You need to think about the distance of the enemy. Try practicing in actual combat. When aiming to score a counter, watch the progress of the IP gauge. Aim for the space between com and act. We already know this. If a counter doesn't seem possible, you might try to bide your time with a defend or evade as described later. Alright, so what do we got for defend or evade? This is a method of reducing damage from enemy attacks. Haven't really defended much, but it's worthwhile. So until our next comm phase, we will be in a guard state where we take considerably less damage. And it can also reduce the chance of status changes. Furthermore, SP is recovered when you are attacked while defending. Okay, so we gain a lot more SP if we, you know, take the time to defend rather than attack. I'll describe evade. Use evade to move to another location to keep an enemy from hitting. Select the evade icon. You can try to move... Okay. We're gonna run this way. And... he's still attacking, so we still need to evade. Let's go over here. Nope. So, did not evade that one. Evade is effective in escaping from normal attacks and range attacks, but if the evading party member is a target of a special attack or magic attack, it cannot be evaded. By the way, party members do sometimes avoid normal enemy attacks on their own. Evade increases the chance of this happening. Alright, so, things we've learned in combat. So that's, you know... What's your last tutorial that we need to learn? Treasure icons. Do you want to hear about treasure icons? Well, then I'll explain. This is one that I mentioned kind of before. There's treasure icon indicates the rough probability of a monster dropping a good item. Select combo action. So you see it has 2 bells. Each bell increases the likelihood of it dropping a good item. It's still not 100%, it's not a guarantee, but if it has 0, the likelihood is really low. If it has 1, it's slightly higher. 2, higher than that. 3, I believe, is the highest. It may have more than 3, I don't remember. So, that's, but then it can drop something. Even if there's no icon, the chances of a good item are still not 0, so don't be disappointed.
These guys were no real challenge.
Healing ring. Do we actually get the healing ring? I would love to actually get the healing ring. Did we? The opposite may also be true. It's just the more treasure icons appear, the better chance of getting a good item. So that's something you can actually do is if you get into a fight and you see... Yeah, I didn't get to keep it. Damn. Alright, I'm gonna re-equip the Jade Charm. So yeah, even though... Or what I was saying is if you get into a fight and you know there's an item that you want, but enemies don't have the icons, what you can do is escape and come back and hopefully try to get, you know, something a little bit better. Alright, so we have Water of Life restores all, and Intense Light reduces enemy damage to dust. I was actually saving up for this. Droplets of Life. That's actually a really useful thing. But unfortunately that kind of cuts down what we've just now been able to learn. I'm gonna add 1 to each of those. We'll add 2 to that one. And I don't have enough anything else. I could learn Cure Status Disorders. That's actually gonna be kind of worthwhile, because as we've seen, status disorders can be kind of a pain. And I'm going to equip skills. We want Elena to have either more vitality. I think we're going to give her more vitality for the defense. And we're going to give Rowan some life up, because that matches everyone else's life a little bit better. So yeah, that's what we were aiming for that. So we're doing pretty good on stats. Now we are going to get to leave town. Do we... Guards, tent, north... So I guess I gotta head this way? Now that we're done, we can head through town this way. Who are you? Take this as a token of appreciation. It's a Poff Nut. So now we have 2 Poff Nuts. I didn't use the last one because really they are next to useless. There is one point where you can use the Poff Nuts for the car to have their tail light up certain sections in a dungeon. But I mean, we've got a guide, so it's not necessarily required. So, not something that we need to worry about too terribly much. Alright, so we are at the Baked Plains, and I am capable of slicing through rock with this new sword, except it's not really a new sword. It's the same sword. So we're gonna come up here and see what's going on. We've got some trees in the way, we've got some gas vents that'll hurt us, got some money, we've got some new bad guys, we've got Seed of Running. Alright, that is actually a important item. Where is it? Seed of Running. It's a permanent status boost. It would add 3 to a character's speed. Whereas, you know, some of these items, like Muscle Mushroom adds +2 to attack power, that's temporary. Like, that's just through combat. Once combat's over, that goes away. The seeds, however, are permanent. So we're going to hold on to that for a little while, because I like to hold on to my my stat boosting items. We're going to get into a fight here to show off some of the new enemies. And we have the initiative. Alright, so don't really have any new magic that we've learned. I could do some damage there. Since we're just going to be showing off abilities. Oh, I can't do Droplets of Life because no one's hurt. That's disappointing. Alright, well, let's see, that cures poison process. I think this one cures all status. And then we've got Rowan Roan. Is it Rowan or Roan? I don't know. Vitality March cures status disorders. We're going to show it off just to see what it does. If they survive. There's a good chance they won't survive this, so... I mean, we've got a save point right next to us, so we can recover any MP and SP used to show off these abilities. And no, nothing survived.
These guys were no real challenge.
So now that you've got a really good AoE, this is a good section of the game to just power level off of a ton of things. So yeah, that's where I'm going to go ahead and end this episode. Like I said, there's not... Oh, we can do that, and as we can see, we've now taken damage. So, but again, we've got a save point here to recover. So yeah, I'll go ahead and end this episode here, and I'll see you guys in the next installment, where we will continue on with the Baked Plains. Sounds like something out of Super Mario, doesn't it? Until then, later everyone.